What's up, man? It's the Bronco at the Flaw coming at you with another reaction video. Hey, man, football historian in the building. Go subscribe to him, get him to 55,000 subscribers. I was just talking to Twitch chat before I click record for this video. We looked at a tweet. We saw a tweet. It was saying on how the World Cup is in 4 months. And you don't really hear a lot of chatter about it. You don't really hear a lot of talk about it. They say there's a major concern within FIFA regarding the lack of hype, and they don't know why, quote unquote. You don't know why, huh? FIFA doesn't know why, allegedly. It's a lot of stuff going on in the US of A right now. The ticket prices is out the roof. First ever tournament with 48, so it's supposed to be the biggest in the world, but the hype is just not. You know what I'm saying? You already know football in the United States of America isn't exactly a premier thing. Y'all seen that thing with Anthony Edwards? Even I was shocked at this. Anthony Edwards didn't know who Cristiano Ronaldo was. Now that blew me. That took me for a spin.
She got it.
He know who Coco Gauff is, tennis girl. He know who Shohei is.
Shohei Ohtani, the ping pong lady.
And he know the ping pong girl, the table tennis lady, only because they had interaction. So I give him credit. I give him some slack for that because they have interacted with each other during the Olympics, and he played her personally, so he know her. I got 1 point though. That's why he said he got 1 point. Now,
Cristiano Ronaldo, who are they? I can't fuck them. I can't fuck them.
Hey, crazy thing about that is I genuinely believe him. I genuinely believe he does not know who Ronaldo is. That just shows you the level of where football is in the United States. Now, if you said Messi, he will know who Messi is because, you know, Messi plays here. And when he came here, you know, Messi name went statewide or whatever. But Ronaldo, on the other hand, think about it. Why would Anthony Edwards know who Ronaldo is? By association, nah, you gotta realize, bro. He said you gotta know who it is by association. Bro, there is so many people in the United States that knows Messi now and probably don't know who Ronaldo is just because of the fact that Messi plays here. If you know MJ, it's not the same situation. We're in America. The only reason he know who Messi is, even if I don't even know if he know who Messi is, but I'm pretty sure he is. I'm just giving him benefit of the doubt. The only reason he would even know who Messi is, like I said, because he played here and, you know, all the celebrities went to the game and this and that. But Ronaldo, this nigga Ant is from Atlanta, from the slums of Atlanta. It's like, why would he know who CR7 is? You know what I'm saying? If he don't watch football or watch footy. He said they ain't got Wi-Fi. Why would his timeline be showing Cristiano Ronaldo? Like, why does timeline show the most famous man in the world? My timeline didn't show Cristiano Ronaldo until I started watching footy. I'll tell you that right now. My timeline showed before I started watching footy, I knew who Neymar was before anybody because of the whole little floppy meme. You know, when he was rolling all on the ground during the 2018 World Cup, and they turned that into a little Vine meme, and they had the little song in the background there, dun, 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 and then they turned them into the little bowling thing and all of that. Like, bro, I knew who Neymar was before Ronaldo and Messi. You get what I'm saying? You just gotta realize it's just different here in America, especially because he's a basketball athlete, so he probably don't be on the timeline like that in general. He said he don't know speed. If he knows speed, why would he know that speed Dick Rod Ronaldo? Like, he probably know the name Speed and who he is, but he probably don't divulge and be like, oh yeah, that's a dude who be saying Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. Like, he probably doesn't. But I'm just trying to put y'all in his shoes. It's crazy to me. Believe me, it's crazy to me that he don't know who Ronaldo is, but I'm not surprised, put it like that. Do I know Hugo Sanchez? Yeah. El Tree played for Real Madrid. 2026 World Cup's fatal flaw that nobody wants to admit. How I know Hugo Sanchez? Because people told me to react to him. And I do my research. It's like, bro, y'all gotta realize my job is to know footy at this point. What you mean, how do I know Hugo Sanchez? This is my job. Let's see what goes in.
From a format that rewards mediocrity to a travel schedule that destroys competitive integrity and ticket prices that treat fans like ATMs.
Damn! He started the video going crazy, just throwing slugs and throwing shots at FIFA. Where that money at?
Evidence is overwhelming. This isn't just pessimism. This is a forensic reality. The 2026 World Cup is broken, and the first ball hasn't even been kicked yet. Please take a second to like this video, subscribe
Hey, everybody
to the
go
channel,
like, subscribe
and hit
to
that
Football
notification bell
Historia.
so you don't miss the truth
Get him to
about the
60,000
beautiful
subscribers.
game. We have to start with the structure itself. The fundamental architecture of the World Cup has been vandalized. For decades, the 32-team format was perfect. It gave us 8 symmetrical groups. It was ruthless. Every game mattered. But FIFA, driven by a desire for broadcast revenue and quantity over quality, has bloated the field to 48 teams. That is a 50% increase.
So do y'all think the 48 teams is only going to be like a one-time thing just for America? Or is this permanent? They fuck around and do 64 in the future. And is permanent, or you think one-time thing? Permanent? Ugh.
This creates the mathematics of mediocrity. In the old system, you usually needed 4 points to survive the group stage. Now with 12 groups of 4, the top 2 teams advance, but so do the 8 best third-place teams.
8 best, that is so many
teams. Under this new system, a team can likely scrape through with 3 points, or even 2 points if they have a decent goal
that's
difference.
terrible.
That's
terrible. The US of A, we for sure making it to the knockouts.
Or even 2 points.
Hey. But we if we make it to the knockouts getting dragged through as a third place team, then that is a failure. I classify that as a failure. But oh my mama, bro. Like I said, we in there with Paraguay, already beat them this past summer. We in there with Australia, already beat them this past summer. And we in there with, okay, Turkey ain't gonna be tough if they do end up winning the playoff. When do they play their playoff games? They are gonna be tough. But I still fancy the United States of America, baby. Let's get it.
If they have a decent goal difference.
Tell Arthur Gilder pull up.
This destroys the tension. It incentivizes tournament
Tell
management,
Kenny Yildiz pull
which is a
up.
polite way of saying teams will play for 0-0 draws. The group stage, which used to be a crucible of elimination, is turning into a month-long exhibition where 66% of the participants survive. But it gets
66.
worse. The return of the best third-place rule brings back the risk of collusion. FIFA abandoned this format after 1994 for a reason. Because groups do not finish at the same time. Teams playing later in the schedule will know exactly what result they need to advance. If a team in Group L knows that a 1-1 draw gets both them and their opponent into the next round, at the expense of a team from Group B, the incentive to manufacture that result is overwhelming.
I'm pretty sure this has actually happened in football history. Like 2 teams realize that they can both make it, then they both just, hey, we both playing 11 back. We both sitting back. Just put the ball in the middle of the field and just stand here and wait for the time to run out.
The integrity of the knockout bracket will be decided by the luck of the scheduling draw, not just on-field performance. Then there is the travel. This is where the united bid truly falls apart.
The travel finna be nuts.
This is the first World Cup hosted across a continental landmass, spanning 3 nations and 4 time zones.
Bro, I still don't understand. Why is Canada and Mexico along in this little World Cup thing? Somebody please let me know. You can't say because of money, because the United States of America got all the money now. You know what I'm saying? That's all the money, but I don't see a reason to extend the hand to 2 other countries when we can host that whole by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We already hosted it by ourselves in 1994, so what would be the difference hosting it again by ourselves in 2026?
The distance between Vancouver and Miami is over 3,300 miles. FIFA claimed they would solve this with regional clusters, keeping teams in the West, Central or East zones. But the finalized schedule proves that was a lie. The disparity is shocking. Let's look at the data. If a team is lucky enough to get drawn into Group 1, they stay in the Northeast Corridor. They travel between Philadelphia, Toronto and Boston.
This is how they drew it. They carefully planned and drafted these teams to stay. That's why they training centers be this specific place or this specific place, like they training centers be in college. Thankfully, in Dallas, we got Texas in general, we got some good game. We get Argentina down here. We get the Netherlands, I'm pretty sure, down here in Houston. Portugal is gonna be in Houston. We get England in Dallas, I believe. I seen San Francisco's schedule. When I tell you they get some shitty games, boy, I said, feels bad for San Fran.
Their total travel distance is around 1,100 miles. They can take short flights or even trains.
Yep.
They stay in the same time zone. Now compare that to
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
nights
whoa, whoa,
or
whoa,
even
whoa, whoa,
train.
whoa, whoa. Hey, y'all remember, you got y'all ones. Where man's like Nate at? You got y'all ones, bro. The U.S. is too dangerous, bro. It's too dangerous. We should move it to Mexico. Y'all see Mexico right here with this risk designation. This yellow risk destination. Y'all see that? Boys be being biased.
They stay in the same time zone. Now compare that to the nightmare of Group J. A team in this group could be bouncing between San Francisco, Kansas City, and Vancouver. Their estimated travel load is over 6,400 miles. They are crossing time zones and dealing with massive climate shifts, going
Bro.
from the foggy West Coast to the humid Midwest plains.
Why did I think Argentina was playing in Dallas? Oh, it is Argentina. Oh, so yeah, they go. Oh, it's because I forgot Argentina is like in they stationed in like the Kansas City area. So that's kind of really close
In
to
a tournament
Texas.
of fine margins,
I'm thinking they
forcing
on
one
the
group
West.
of teams to travel 6 times further than another is sporting malpractice. The concept of a base camp, a stable home where players sleep in the same bed and control their environment, is dead. Teams will be living on planes and in hotels.
Nah.
Sleep scientists have already warned that the jet lag and travel fatigue will impair reaction times. The bracket might be decided by who has the better travel agent rather than the better striker.
All right, now I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty funny, and I don't know about that, cause jet lag, bro. First off, they go fly to America at least a week or 2 weeks before the tournament to travel and get accustomed. I'm pretty sure, cause if they do that shit, like if they fly to America 2 days before they first game, 3 games, nah, that's just malpractice. But West Coast to the East Coast, that jet lag is not serious. It's just 3 hours. 3 hours ain't shit, to be honest.
The infrastructure itself is another scandal
Not even
waiting
talking
to
about
happen.
Central to West.
FIFA demands natural grass, but many of the massive NFL stadiums in the US, like SoFi in Los Angeles or Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, use artificial turf. The solution? They are going to install temporary natural grass overlays. This is often done using a tray system, where grass is grown off-site and laid down over the concrete
They growing the
or
grass
synthetic
right now
surface.
as we speak.
It is a disaster. Because the grass cannot root deeply, the surface shifts. It creates seams. The ball bounces erratically. It is a nightmare for soft tissue injuries.
Now, I did see them complain about the grass during the Club World Cup or the pitches or whatnot. But my thing is, what's the difference between sliding, like they say they sliding the pitch with a tray or whatever. What's the difference between doing that and what the Bernabeu do? The Bernabeu got like 10 different pitches and they put it up and then put it down and then they put it up and put it down, put it up, put it down. What's the difference? Is it
We saw a
thicker or
preview
something?
of this at the 2025 Club World Cup, which was the test event for 2026. It was a failure. Real Madrid star Jude Bellingham openly criticised the pitches, saying the ball barely bounced and the surface was tough on the knees. At MetLife Stadium, reports indicated the grass was laid just 5 days before kickoff.
Now that's a
You
damn
cannot
shame.
fake a deep soil European pitch with a carpet of grass laid over concrete. It gets more absurd at SoFi Stadium. This is the most expensive sports venue on earth, costing $5 billion.
Shoulda had the final,
Yet the
but-
field is too narrow for a FIFA regulation pitch.
Yep.
To host the World Cup, they literally have to demolish the lower level seating suites in the corners to widen the field. They are
AT&T low-key got to do the same thing, but what they go do is they go build over the field level. You see this little level right here? They go build over it and kind of make some steps to where you got to walk up onto the playing surface. So that's also going to be a unique feeling for the footy players, because the ground is not going to be, the grass is not going to be on the ground. The ground is going to be elevated on some March Madness shit. If y'all ever seen March Madness, the court be elevated a little bit. That's how it's going to be at AT&T Stadium.
picking up a brand new stadium because of a lack of foresight. This width issue is why the final was moved to New Jersey, but even MetLife is having to remove over 1,700 seats to meet the requirements. Then you have the indoor problem. Stadiums in Dallas, Houston, and Atlanta have roofs.
Yeah.
Grass needs sun.
Well,
FIFA's
you can retract the roof. They all three of these have retractable roofs, as you can see. AT&T, we rarely retract our roof. Houston had the roof retracted, not for the Gold Cup final, but like the day before, but I don't know.
Needs sun. FIFA's own expert admitted that Mother Nature can't get in. They have to use massive artificial grow lights to keep the grass on life support.
Yeah, so this is the picture of AT&T right here. So this lit club level section, all of these are gonna be roped off, and the playing surface is gonna be, that's gonna be weird to look at too. The playing surface is gonna be elevated to like right here.
On life support. By the time the knockout rounds arrive, after weeks of high-intensity play, those temporary indoor pitches are going to be shredded.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the heat. The tournament is in June and July.
Now
Since
the
the
heat.
1994 World Cup, global temperatures have risen. We are seeing more heat
Hey,
domes.
it's gonna be hot.
But
you see
here
the
is
Club
the
World
conflict.
Cup, them boys.
European
Boys in the Club World Cup was watching that hoe from the locker room. Y'all remember that? Them Bayern boys or BVB boys? The substitutes didn't even walk out. They was in the locker room watching. They said it was too hot. I said, boy, if y'all don't get y'all, now I know it is hot, but I said, boy, if y'all don't get y'all soft ass on, I've been playing in the hot Texas sun since fucking Little League. My mama, 8 years old, 9 years old, flag football, playing in the humid weather, sweat, heat rays, all of that, nigga. I'm talking about playing through the mist of pain. And we got these grown ass professional coddle footballers. Oh, it's hot. I'm gonna watch from the locker. Man, get the hell out of here, boy. We've been playing in this heat since little boys, since toddlers. Y'all better go on and man up.
Vision money rules football. To get prime-time viewers in Europe, FIFA wants kickoffs in the early afternoon, US time, around 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. 1 p.m. is solar noon. It is the hottest part of the day.
You know, yeah.
In cities like Kansas City, Dallas, or Miami, midday temperatures can routinely exceed 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Playing elite football in those conditions is dangerous. It leads to cognitive decline and heat stroke.
All right. This point isn't really valid just because the stadiums that he listed are inside stadiums, so that's not really gonna have an effect. The heat is not gonna have an effect. The heat is gonna have an effect. Well, Kansas is like outside. I lied. That's gonna have an effect at Arrowhead. Arrowhead is a dump, bro. I heard they building a new stadium anyway. Miami Stadium isn't necessarily outside, but it kind of is. It's a canopy with a permanent open hole. I wouldn't really classify that as outside. It's kind of like a hybrid. Dallas is just completely inside. The only thing people who gonna be affected by that weather is the fans.
Dallas or Miami, midday temperatures can routinely exceed 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Playing elite football in those conditions is dangerous. It leads to cognitive decline.
Hey, go ahead and go pull up the original video and go watch it on your own, boy. Go ahead and get Mike up out of here. It's a reaction video. It's not me I can sit here and watch this hoe and not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could just sit here and watch it and let y'all watch it. Like I said, if you want to go watch it on your own, click the link in the description. It's go be there. Go ahead, go watch it.
Heat stroke. FIFA's solution is hydration breaks. Let's be cynical for a moment. Those are just commercial ad breaks.
I was just going to say that. I learned that this other video.
Experts argue these breaks are not enough for the projected temperatures. And remember, the final is at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It is an open-air bowl. If there is a heat wave in July, the biggest game in the world will be played in a pizza oven just to satisfy TV contracts. If the heat doesn't alienate you, the price tag will. FIFA has introduced dynamic pricing for the World Cup. This is essentially surge pricing. The face value of tickets fluctuates based on demand. The average group stage ticket is expected to hover around $305.
The actual FIFA organization doing dynamic pricing is nuts. Usually only the resale be dynamic, but the actual FIFA, doing that's just crazy right
value
there.
of
Don't
tickets
worry.
fluctuates based on demand.
It's gonna be some reasonable price tickets.
Stage ticket is expected to hover around $305. But for the final, you are looking at tickets ranging from $2,700 to over $4,200 for upper deck seats. This pricing structure gentrifies the sport. The working class fans who create the atmosphere, the drums, the chants, the passion are being priced out.
Yeah, nothing but
They are being
celebrities.
replaced by corporate clients and wealthy tourists. We saw this at the 2025 Club World Cup, where stadiums sat half empty for matches involving non-European teams because the locals couldn't afford the entry fee.
See, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it was empty because people couldn't afford it. I would say it was empty because nobody cared to see the two teams that were playing. The tickets dropped the closer to game time now. Now, whether it dropped as low as you think it is it's kind of like a fight, an unstoppable force versus a movable object. On one hand, you got the locals who like, bro, why would I pay this much to see these two play? I'm paying this certain amount to see these two play. And FIFA, on the other hand, is like, look, I lowered it as low as I can, baby. If y'all don't buy it, then y'all don't buy it. Then nobody bought it.
Teams because the locals couldn't afford the entry fee. And it's not just the tickets. Hotels in host cities are already showing signs of massive
that's gonna
price
be
gouging.
terrible.
In Vancouver, match day prices are hitting an average of
That is gonna be
$1,455
terrible.
per night.
This is
In
why I told
Guadalajara,
y'all.
prices have surged by 385%.
Bro, when it comes to this World Cup, if I don't get invited out, if I don't get like a full expense paid, bro, it's finna be watch-alongs in them motherfuckers. Watch-along Bronx in the building. Maybe if you would have took the Bronco version who did the Copa America, I probably would have went bankrupt for the World Cup. But, bro, no way.
Unlike Qatar, which regulated
No
hotel
way.
prices, the North American market is the Wild West. If you aren't in the top 1% of global earners, you aren't going to this World Cup. For international
I'm going to hit,
fans,
don't get it twisted, I'm going to hit all the Dallas games for sure. Or I'm hitting, I wish, my goal is to hit all the USA games, but USA, them hoes is like in, two of them is in Los Angeles. Y'all know Big Bronx don't really fuck with LA like that, bro. Now that's really go bankrupt me. Now Seattle, I think they play in Seattle. I want to go to that one bad. I feel Seattle heavy. But in LA, I don't know about that. Now in Dallas, I'm gonna try to go to as many Dallas games as I can. Also Houston, all the Texas games. But when it comes to big matchups around the US, I don't know. Big Bronx might just be in Texas the whole time. No kids in Mythic in the building.
specifically those from the global south, the barriers are even higher. The US has introduced a visa integrity fee
What?
of $250. This applies to applicants from countries not in the visa waiver program. That includes almost all of Africa, South America, and Asia. When you add the base visa fee of $185, a fan from Nigeria, Brazil, or India has to pay nearly $450 just to apply for permission to enter the country. That fee is non-refundable even if they say no. It creates a two-tiered World Cup, one for the wealthy nations who walk right in, and another for the rest of the world who are taxed heavily for the privilege. Finally, we have to address the hypocrisy. FIFA claims this will be a green tournament. That is a lie. Independent analysis
That is a
estimates
lie.
this World Cup will generate over 9 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. That is the highest carbon footprint in the history of the sport.
We talking about
This is
carbon
driven by the
footprints now?
continental sprawl. Millions of fans and teams flying thousands of miles between matches. And while the planet
What the
burns,
hell?
FIFA has signed a sponsorship deal with Aramco, the Saudi state-owned oil company. Climate watchdogs call it greenwashing. It is a jarring image.
We talk
Matches
about
pausing for hydration breaks because of
carbon
extreme heat
monoxide and
caused
shit
by
now?
fossil fuels, while the advertising boards promote
Fossil
a fossil
fuels?
fuel giant. To recap, we are looking at a tournament defined by greed, a 48-team format that dilutes quality, a travel schedule that unfairly handicaps certain groups, temporary grass pitches that players hate.
Look. This AT&T, this is what I was telling y'all about. You see, they building the platforms of the where the pitch go be. That whole bottom half, that's gonna be interesting to feel. Walking on or playing on. Hopefully they make it solid enough. But
Players hate. Dangerous heat levels for TV ratings, ticket prices that exclude real fans, and a visa policy that shuts out the global south. The 2025 Club World Cup was supposed to be a test, but it ended up being a warning siren. Empty seats, bad turf, player protests. FIFA ignored all of it. They are doubling down on a model that prioritizes revenue extraction over sporting merit.
Now, one thing...
The 2026 World Cup might be the biggest ever, but it is shaping up to be a monument to excess that collapses under its own weight. I want to hear from you in the comments.
One thing
Which
I
of these
will
failures
say
is the biggest deal breaker for you?
About the Club World Cup, for me, or what was a success, was seeing the different people cultures interact within like the normal cities. Everybody's skeptical on the tourist and ice stuff and all of that, but it's like during the Club World Cup, you had all these Japanese folk in this hole. You had all these Brazilian folk at the beach, the Palmeiras fans, or this and that. You had all the Egypt, all Ali fans was at this place taking this city over. The city takeovers happened. So I still feel like culturally the city, New York, what team fans was that at New York? Whoever's in New York, bro, that shit still it's go be live regardless. Now inside the stadiums, who knows? I tell you, it'll be more live than Qatar.
Collapses under
outside when it come to vibes and stuff. But yeah, that 48
the diluted 48 team format, the risk of playing on temporary grass trays,
bro.
or the insane
We'll
ticket
see.
prices. Let me know what you think.
We'll see what happens. Shout out Football Historian. Go subscribe to that man. Get him to 55,000 subscribers, bro. 2026 World Cup's fatal flaw. Nobody wants to admit, even though everybody is admitting it, but I see how it is. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. How about